What's up, gamers? My name is Scyushi, and we are back giving some more Warframe. I've been having a lot of fun with this thing, by the way. It's actually very, very beautiful sounds. And check it out. I've actually self-taught myself a couple songs here because I used to be a musician way back in the day. I don't really identify with it anymore. But what was it? So I kind of know a bit of the Metal Gear song. What is it? It's like no, it goes down first. It's like I kind of messed it up, but you get the idea, right? And then if we go to just solid majors, we've got the outro, Overdrive. Yeah, it's cool because you can actually like vibrato it, hit more than one key at the same time. You can hold two different frets at the same time, so that's like the Darude Sandstorm version of Overdrive. I don't know, but it's cool, man. I like it. Like, there's so many interesting things that you can end up doing with it. I had the Assassin's Creed song as well, but I don't remember what it was. Anyways, cool stuff. So since the last episode, you see, I've actually got a style that I very, very much like for Gauss. What is with his neck? Like, just, I can't do that even if I wanted to. But he's looking beautiful. Stratus also led me on to this Syndana. I didn't even know it existed, but it's part of the Limbo bundle. I don't even have Limbo. I just bought the pack so that I could get this thing. I also swapped our pet over to... What is this guy called? Helios. Yeah, that's it. Because I didn't even know that this existed. I didn't know that these guys all had different abilities. So I've been just using this vacuum cleaner lizard guy, right? He's kind of a dragon thing. Helios is probably the best one that I should be using. I mean, he's pretty uggles. Because he scans stuff. And as you all know, I'm notorious for not scanning anything in this game. So, yeah. Also, finally got my hands on Prime Pressure Point. Stratus helped me out with that because I don't do any of the trading in this game very well. And then Drifting Contact. Yeah, that's the one where we got even more to our combo duration. Relentless Combination as well. Swap that out for... There was a Guardian Derision and Body Count. I swapped those out for both of these. Thankfully, we didn't have to forma it or anything. I will, unfortunately, have to forma if I use the Tatsu, I think. But I've been slowly formatting Gauss because I've got a pretty decent build for him. But just a little while ago, I was looking through the Arcanes because Stratus explained these to me. I didn't even know that these were passive abilities. And there's some cool ones that give you like more energy chance of like, it's a chance of filling up your energy when you pick up energy or something like that, which apparently is like the most expensive one for over 1,000 plat. But I don't care about any of that because we got Arcane Fury and Arcane Strike. So Arcane Fury is going to end up giving us on a crit hit, which you know everything about an Arcana is based on crits, is a 40% chance for 120% more melee damage for 12 seconds. That's insane. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, yup, because now we're just 120% stronger, basically, because we got our crits to trigger like all the time. And then the strike is just on hit, we have a 10% chance for 40% attack speed with melee weapons for 12 seconds, which... Because of this, I've had to put my melee attack on scroll wheel. Now, I haven't taken Gauss out into the overworld, and you might be saying here going, oh, that primed drift looks a little bit uggles being in that spot without it being formed properly. And be quiet, okay? I'm still working on this guy. I'm trying to make it so that I can actually have primed flow. That was the big thing that we ended up changing. Oh, and then I got one of these, sub for sub. Anybody? I noticed that there was a couple other little decoration items that I had just sitting in my inventory. I didn't buy a dumb Roomba or anything. Oh, and then we're most of all, like, I'm going to be doing some Hydron today. That'll more than likely be all we end up doing. We'll see. But I didn't know this was a thing. I don't even know what that is. But apparently it's like a really important quest. Stratus and Matt were yelling at me like, oh, you should do that quest. Why have you not done that already? So it's like, okay, I'll do it next time or something. I don't know. Because I gotta grind up. I gotta grind up my Gauss. I gotta get him like pretty much maxed out. Because I want to be able to use my beautiful build. Which, there's a lot of builds for Gauss right now. Mine is actually not that bad. I'm happy to say that it's actually the build that I made for this character. I didn't follow any guides or anything like that. Stratos has like a build that's more powerful than mine. But here I am, and I'm thinking that the one that I've got is actually pretty okay. I'll kind of show you guys what it's gonna look like when it's finished, though. Da 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 da. Oh, it's lagging so much. Oh, I got, what were the attachments that I got? You guys know everything about Warframe, so I got these attachments. Whatever they are, they look beautiful. I've had to spend way too much money on this game recently, so, if you guys want to support the channel, you can do so. Buy some of the merch down below, hit that join button and sponsor the channel, or become a member, whatever YouTube's calling it nowadays. Either way, you know, it's very helpful. I love playing this guy, by the way. He still is so much fun for me. I don't know why the flow of combat is being like really uggles right now. But we're so powerful with this. Like, we were already godlike with the Nakana Prime build that I'm rocking. And now we're just even stronger. Like, it's actually insane. Like, everything is just, it's over. It's all ogre for them. Unfortunately right now, like, because I'm still in the middle of forming, I'm not very good. Like, I'm not very powerful. I wish that we had... Oh, I didn't even notice that that guy needed it. I'll help you. We'll all help you, apparently. But when I had this guy, like, built up, he's pretty powerful. Most of all, I have him built towards his dashing. Everyone else is building him towards, most of all, duration, so that you can use his ult for, like, 1,000,000 years. Which is good, you know, it's... works well enough. I understand why everyone wants to use his ult, because it's just very, very powerful and just makes him stronger. But for me, I'm just all about these quick little dashes and ragdolling all the enemies and stuff. Oh gosh, is that Stalker? And it looks like all the Arab people that we have with us right now are not particularly strong, just because they're all... Oh, that's his cat. Who cares then? Who cares? Damn! But we also have, like, see that fire that some other guy threw down? That's pretty much what mine was like. And it was like one-shotting the enemies, just because I have a pretty good strength with my build. It's about 170%. I don't know. I'm just assuming you guys watch and know more about this than I do. But otherwise, I can kind of explain the thought process behind my build afterwards. Scyushi, your Gauss looks so slippery. What? What the? I got some weird sigil? What is even happening right now? Fuselage blueprint, something or other. Here, freeze time. Brack. What did I just get? Like, what's just happened? I'm guessing these guys, like, must have killed something special or something. I don't even fully understand, but that's okay. I'm just gonna knock them all down. Just like a bunch of bowling pins. Ugh. Stupid enemies, how dare you try and sneak up on me? There's no possible way you could defeat me. Oh my gosh. That was a funny turn of events. It looked like some guy just asked in the chat, is the third ability good on Gauss? And then that guy left. I know it was a coincidence, but I just personally think that that's hilarious if that's why he left. Like, what a jerk. I never used my number 2 as this guy either, which apparently, like, gives us a shield or something. It shows how much I never use it, because I don't even know what it does. All right, let's just... Ultimate of death! There we go. Goodbye, enemies! Oh, jeez. This guy is beautiful. I love his ult. It's so amazing. I'll save you as well, my brother. And our ult just slowly, after we charge it up, like from fighting enemies, or no, not from fighting enemies, from sprinting. I'm an idiot. Oh, but our ult is gonna run out like right away because I don't have much duration on. Yeah. We gotta level him up so that we can put more mods on him, because otherwise we're at capacity and it's uggles. Whee! I still love this character, dude. I'm really excited to take him out into the open world, because I want to share that genuine excitement and reaction with you guys, because I haven't done it yet. I've just been leveling him, formaing him and stuff. This is my second forma, I think. Yeah, something like that. I might have to forma him a third time, but we won't necessarily do that today, obviously. Oh gosh, get out of here, weird cat guy. Get out of here. Defeat enemies with headshots. Oh yes, I'm totally getting headshots on all of them. Game's so weird sometimes, dude. Whoa! He teleports around so many times sometimes, dude. My Helion or Helios is not scanning them quick enough, dude. Like, everything's dead before it's scanned. You know? Oh, sorry, I crashed. That's what happened to the other guy. See, that was just such a perfect turn of events. By the way, like, I love that.
Continue to defend.
Oh my gosh, that guy's actually got like a profile picture or whatever you call it in Warframe. An icon of Gauss. I mean, it's with his default helmet, so it's disgusting. Gauss's default helmet just, ugh, I don't like it, man. It makes me want to hurl. Hello, enemies. Whoops. I didn't mean to stay on the wall like that. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I'm coming, dude. Huh. Don't worry, I'll keep them all at bay. Okay, maybe I won't. I'll just take care of this guy. Look at this! Like, I know we're already powerful anyways, but it's like, man alive. We're so much stronger now that I'm using these Arcanes. Because this, at least, you get to see the full power of the Nakana Prime right here. And it works with Tatsu as well, but again, I would have to forma that just so that I can use the Prime Pressure Point. Oh my gosh! I mean, I know this isn't like the prime example of our power, but there's like those big daddy enemies and I like 2-shot them instead of like 15-shot them. So it's really scaling very, very well. Melee OP, anyone? I still wish that I could like successfully use these weapons on Eidolons and stuff. Because otherwise, like, I'm so geared up for like pretty much everything just based on like my melee builds. And then here we are, like any other mission in the game, and I'm just dead because there's nothing I can do. Because I don't have any of the good, like, I don't have any other weapons required or the damage required in order to actually fight, like, Eidolons and stuff. Which, it wouldn't be so bad, except for the sheer amount of, oh, Revenant. Except for the sheer amount of, like, things that are required. You know? Like, I don't have Space Kid's good gun, so I'd have to invest in that. And that, most of all, I think is just grindy. And then whatever gun I would end up going for, apparently Rubico or Venenim something, I don't know, Stratus told me, are like the top tiers. But with those, it's like, it doesn't even matter, because I would have to not only buy the gun, I would have to also end up buying like a bazillion mods. And it's like, I don't really want to, like, I don't think I would end up using it outside of when I'm fighting Eidolons and the giant orb spider guys. We will end up fighting them legit at some point, though. Don't you worry about that none, folks. It's just, as of right now, it's not really something I want to wrap my head around. Most of all because it's boring for me. I like just doing like this and just exploring the open world, you know? Like, it's like, this already satisfies me in regards to like fighting a bazillion enemies. And then the open world is kind of the complete opposite of the spectrum, where it's like just very slow paced, just kind of exploring. Because the open world doesn't throw enemies like this at you enough. That it's like, there's still spots where you're like sitting there and like fighting a bunch of enemies, but it's not as fun as doing this. Like, doing Hydron's pretty fun. Not to mention, you're always doing it when you're formed. So it's like, oh, I'm getting stronger, you know? And that's like always really important and fun with just leveling up. Oh, goodbye. Oh, that other guy fell too. Oh gosh, I love Gauss, dude. He's so fun. Ooh. I didn't even realize the nice little steps he's got behind him. Like, we're rocking one of the things that lets us have footy prints behind us. But he's got like really cool ones. I wish I could have like the fire step behind my character, because that's just like so dope. But they're like really, really difficult to grind. There's like these VFX that you can get that are insanely rare drops. And unfortunately for me, they're untradeable. So I would have to like grind it myself, which is just not gonna happen. Oh my gosh. Samara guy left the squad as well. Thank you for actually being Revenant, so everything dies. Oh, here's that big daddy guy I was talking about. The Nox, that's it. Like, look how quick we just shredded him. Like, jeez, dude. The abilities on this guy are awesome, but this Nakana is still just, it still just takes the cake. It's so, so powerful. By the way, speaking of which, folks, I thought this would be really cool. I don't know why I never did this prior. Like, I really should have done this when this character came out and stuff like that. But he's still relevant, so shut up. I'm actually going to be giving away a Gauss today. So all you got to do to qualify is just smash like and then leave a comment in the comments section describing, I don't know, what's your favorite frame and why. And then I'll end up picking a winner. And then you just basically leave your username with your comment if you can, please, because then I'll end up adding you back or adding you in the game. You add me back and then I'll mail you the prize. Unfortunately, I can only give one Gauss away because he's like the equivalent of 20 bucks. But still, I thought that would be really cool to end up hooking one of you guys up with something like that, because I don't know why up to this point I've never given away like a frame character before. It's not gonna be an every time thing, okay? It's not gonna be an every time thing. But either way, I thought that would be cool. Anyways, let me check this out. So I want to show you guys the attachments. That's it. The Tigress Prime. That's it. These are the ones that are just absolutely beautiful. There was one guy I saw with the Edo Prime set. Unfortunately, I can't get that. I'm going to as soon as it shows up because, oh my gosh, he looked beautiful. And I love this Sindana, by the way. It's insane. We're just rocking the Nidus Noble animation now instead of our sprinting speed run. Like, it just doesn't... I don't know. There's a couple other things that I could end up changing with him, but that's okay. We still gotta have quite a bit. I usually put redirection here just because I like the way that the shields work. But we can't fit that. And then I put stretch, augur secrets, and flow. This is the big reason I had to forma him, is because I couldn't fit my primed flow in, which is... a pretty insane mod, if I do say. So in short, for those of you that don't know much about Warframe, I've kind of got the hang of how the system works. Basically, duration for, let's just take Gauss, for example. Duration is going to end up increasing the length at which your abilities will end up staying. So, for example, your ultimate ability ends up having a timer before it ends up expiring. Efficiency is going to be the mana cost of the ability, or the energy cost, sorry. Range is pretty much just going to be self-explanatory, the range of the ability. So when we use our number 1 to do a dash and we can dash into a wall, range is going to increase that radius effect when we bash into a wall, or end up changing our number 3 ability, which places down fire if we end up holding number 3, or places down ice if we tap number 3. If you use both abilities in the same spot, it'll actually do a big explosive effect, which is really, really cool. And then strength is just going to be overall the strength of all of your mods. So I don't know why it took me so long to understand how Warframe works, but I have a pretty good understanding of it now. So I gotta do another Hydron here. He's getting there, he's getting there. This is pretty much all I could fit right now. I might have to forma him again, as I mentioned before, but I was kind of not really looking forward to that. I'm gonna try out the Tatsu as well for this next run, because I'm an idiot and I didn't even realize I didn't have an XP boost going on, which, I mean, Warframe's still kind of weird. I'm assuming affinity is XP because there's a credit boost, a resource boost, drop chance, and then that's it. So naturally, I can only assume affinity must be like a boost of XP, which that's kind of expensive, I guess. Just 40 plat just down the toilet. But at least it means I could forma this guy twice, and it wouldn't be as much of a problem as it was previously, because, man alive, it took... like, what were we, level 10? And then we got to level 18 just from that one run? I thought I would have done a lot faster. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that he told us that the Grineer have no honor, because otherwise I would have never guessed. Seriously. Man, I was just shredding with the Nakana, though, so I'm really excited to see what ends up happening when we build up the speed with this bad boy. Okay, it's pretty much just as fast. I mean, not really, but at least it's got, like, a lot more sweeping damage. And I think it's just generally doing more damage. Not to mention it has that nice passive ability where when we do a sweep attack after killing some enemies, it'll send out like little tendrils that'll end up damaging nearby enemies. So this one's a lot better for crowd control over the Nakana Prime. Yeah, we're pretty much literally doing the same damage. I was already doing like 2 to 3k with the Nakana Prime. And this thing is just, it's beautiful. It really is. It's such an awesome weapon, dude. I wish there was like, apparently there's like a Nightwave skin for this, but it's gross and it's like skin, quite literally. Like it's a weird alien sword. I don't like it, because I want a way that this Nakana, or two-handed Nakana, other people call it. I want to make my Tatsu look dope, dude. It already looks great, but I want it to look even more ballin'. The other weapon that I've been thinking about probably getting my hands on too is, I don't know what it's called, but it's like Wolf's Hammer or something. Apparently you can actually buy it. I didn't know that we could with plat, because I'm just a pay-to-win scrub. But it seems pretty cool because it's got like a Rompa Stomp attack. I don't really care for hammers as much as I do for swords in video games, just because of coolness points. But the hammer seems really meany, where it just like knocks enemies all over the place, and apparently you can actually throw it, which is one of the unique traits of it, which is pretty cool. So possibly we could end up messing with that at some point. I don't think my build would work for it though, so I'd probably have to end up buying some mods, which always kind of sucks, especially for like side weapons. I don't really like maining anything. I pretty much just main melee, and I'm already content with the ones that I have, you know? I mean, I guess I shouldn't really be surprised, but considering the Tatsu had that really nice passive, I was kind of wondering whether or not it would end up being as good on another character. By passive, I mean like the passive that it has with Revenant, right? But it still seems like a really dope weapon. It's still really powerful. I don't necessarily know like if the builds that I'm using, like I'm not the strongest in this game by any means or rocking the most optimal stuff. I just like rocking the stuff that I find fun. And it's been a lot of fun with this character. Like, I really enjoy Gauss. He's so fun, dude. He's so dope to play. So at least one of you guys watching is going to end up getting your hands on him, which is going to be really cool. Man, I seriously love the fact that, like, we can go somewhere, start meleeing something, and we can dash right out of it. Like, I love the fact that his dash ability cuts off all of his other animations. Yeah, okay, you guys are right. We can go to 15 easy. Jeez Louise. It's so fun playing this character, and we're just doing boring old Hydron, you know? It's good that we're doing this last one, though, because I'm at, like, level 26 or something. I really want to get to 30 so I don't have to do this again, even though I just said how fun it is. It is, but it's like, I just kind of want to be done with it, you know? I love the sound of his ult, too, like when it casts, and then, the playstyle of it is just run back and forth. Like, that's it. Just build up our energy, or our shield, or overcharge. That's what it's called. Something like that, right? So we got this meter on the right that charges up as we're like doing melee, or running, I mean. And as we get it like to a high enough percentage, now that we have our ult at 100% overcharge, it means that we've got like these particle beams kind of shooting out of us, like all this stuff that you see floating around, right? And that's causing more damage to enemies. And then if we get up close and personal, when our ult ends up expiring, it explodes and does like even more damage. And it's just, oh, this character's so fun to play, dude. And I love the fact, like, nice little touch, how like where you're aiming is where he'll dash, irrelevant of like where the frame is aiming. And it just generally, like, this guy feels very new, because a lot of the other frames do actually still feel like really old and kind of dated, whereas this guy, he just feels like so modern. Like he's at the same quality as Wisp for me, where I didn't really like Wisp. I didn't really care for the playstyle of it, but I will say that it felt smooth playing that character, that's for sure. Aha, hello, Big Daddy. I'm going to defeat you now. I'm so sorry. These other guys are doing crazy amounts of damage too. I saw once on an enemy I did like 5,000 damage. I can't really see the damage numbers because they flash by so quick, but we're doing pretty good damage with this. I don't know if necessarily more damage than Arcana Prime, but at the least this has more sweeping damage. I don't mean like actual sweeping within the game. I mean it's got like physically covers more ground, a lot more crowd control with this weapon. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Our range is slowly getting there with our number 3 ability. At least it's starting to be a little bit more impressive. And it's got enough strength that I can just throw it down and everything dies within that area. And see, it lasts like a nice long time too, because our duration's getting there. Again, everything's kind of just getting there, but not necessarily great yet. You know? The other thing too is this ult really complements my build, because it makes it so that it increases your fire rate and reload speed and all that junk, but that also includes melee speed. So when we use our ult on this guy, it's just even faster, and any amount of speed, like that's what I love about this game, is just playing it fast. Gotta go fast, right? Oh, and I love that sound effect too, that thud. That means we just ran into some enemies, even though I didn't really see them. So this guy, like, you run into enemies, and then what you're doing is just turning around and hopefully trying to find the enemy that you just knocked down. Hello, Nox. Goodbye, Nox. Jeez Louise, I love this character, dude. He's so fun, and all of his abilities are useful. Like, that's the other big thing that you don't see happen very often with frames. Like, usually, you know, you'll get a character just because it's got like 1 or 2 abilities that are particularly good. And I'm not saying that Gauss, I don't know if he thrives in one specific area of the game. It's just the fact that he plays really fast and he's a lot of fun to play. And to me, that's the most important of all, you know? Like, I still cannot wait. I thought we would have time today, but I don't think we will. I cannot wait to take him out into the open world map, because I haven't done that yet. And I'm really, really excited for it. Here we go. Gauss end game gameplay right here. Just sprint back and forth. I guess I'll take these guys out. Just because they're standing there, so why not take them out? The Tatsu works really well with this guy too. I mean, generally just melee weapons work very well. Or at least that's just what I feel. Maybe it's just because I'm a melee character. Let me know what you guys think. Like, you think melee works very well with this guy, or does everything work very well? It's not like I would know, because I only use melee exclusively. Hey, kitty! Oh. Oh, there he is. I thought he turned into a puff of smoke. But that must have been some other enemy. Whoa! The other thing about this guy, too, is he ragdolls everything, like, over and over and over again. That's why he's, like, so great. You know? Because no enemies stand a chance. It's like any enemy that would stand a chance, we can literally just juggle back and forth. Yeah, we could probably go up to 20, but we've already been in there long enough. That was a good group, though. We were actually doing really good. Like, that was really powerful. Yes, maxed out. Nice. Okay, so this will be the moment of truth to see whether or not I need to forma him again, which I don't think so. The Helios is maxed out as well. Yeah, so the affinity booster is XP. I wish it just called it XP. That would make a lot more sense to me, but sub for sub, you guys saw it back there, right? Oop. Okay, let's check this out. So the last thing that I needed, no, I have stretch. I need Augur Secrets, which is just more ability strength. Good, because I felt that my strength was probably what I was lacking right now. And we actually have some points to spare. Yikes. That prime flow made a huge difference, though, over just normal flow. Because the amount of energy that I had in reserve was insane, dude. Like, seriously, normal flow gives 150, prime flow gives 275%. So that's just a lot more energy. So this is pretty much my final build for Gauss. There's a couple things that I could optimize. Like I said, the build that Stratos is kind of rocking, or going to rock, it requires a lot of forma, is going to end up having his duration at like 270 or something ridiculous, and then efficiency, range, and strength I think are slightly less than mine. So maybe down the line we would end up swapping to that build that Stratos is rocking, but as of right now I'm pretty content with what we've got. You know, I like this setup, and not to mention with all the melee abilities and stuff. And maybe I could swap Power Drift out for something, but I like Power Drift. I like the way that it works. Vitality is something that I really like using just because of how powerful it makes you, but shield capacity is funner. I know that makes me weak to a certain type of enemy that just like knocks your shield away, but shield regens, health doesn't. So I don't know which one I want to actually go for. I mean, the shield scales just such an insane amount on this guy because his Vita is like so low that I just generally like using the shield. Maybe I would swap it out if we ended up fighting those other enemies. I don't know. But last but not least, just in case, you know, you're watching, you think this character's cool, and you don't know his abilities, his number 1 obviously makes him dash, which is very, very beautiful. His number 2, what does his number 2 do? Generate armor plating that converts a portion of absorbed kinetic energy, physical heat, cold, and blast, into normal energy. Also protects Gauss from being staggered or knocked down. Damage resistance is relevant to the battery level. There we go. So it is a shield. So if we end up, damage reduction is 34 to 100%? Or is the damage reduction 34 at 100%? Like when we've got our battery fully charged. I don't fully understand. And then here's that ability I was talking about where we throw it down on the ground. Our ice is actually pretty good. Damage is just a raw 200 to 300. Yeah, I'm guessing the numbers on the right must be that must be like based on having our battery like fully charged or something like that, right? Hold reverse drains the battery and inflicts heat status on nearby enemies, or charge the battery and inflict cold. I didn't even know that it charged my battery. I could have been using that when I was in my ult. When past the red line, bolts of arcing energy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, and then it explodes after you end up disabling it. Okay, so that gives me a good point to work with. So I gotta use my cold to build up my energy for when I'm in my ult. That would actually build up a lot faster than just running. That's all I've been doing. Jiminy Crockett. Okay, well, anyways, I think that's gonna do it for us today, everybody. I just wanted to get this guy all maxed out and ready, and now we're finally set up that we can head on into the open world. And I'm really, really excited to experiment with it and with this character, because I don't know what he's gonna be like in the open world. I know that according to the trailer for him, he's faster than the K drive, which is pretty nuts, you know. But we got the energy for it and we got the power for it, so I'm really excited to see just how speedy this guy can end up actually going when we're messing around in the open world. I might swap back to my Nakana Prime just in the meantime, but we'll see. I still gotta kind of test out. I mean, they're not really, I guess that already shows the damage difference right there. Yeah, so the attack speed is a little less, status effect goes up with the Nakana, and then just our raw damage goes down a little bit. The crit chance is a lot higher with the Tatsu, which is pretty crazy. And then our slash, that's why I've been doing so good with the Tatsu, because all the mods that I'm using build up more slash. Anyways, they're still both phenomenal weapons. Thanks for watching, very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to smash like, sub for more. Have yourselves a great day. Sign on, stay epic. Remember, one of you guys is gonna win Gauss today. I'm excited to see what you say in the comments.